Hey guys, so after watching Oprah, which is my grounding thing, I watch her and then I come back to Zen state and then I realize that sometimes the things that we think are important aren't, which is what I learned when I went to Thailand. I was actually in Cambodia, so I don't know if I made the video about that, but when I went to Cambodia, I had 3 conversations with Buddha, and they say that when you go to Cambodia, um, and you ask Buddha a question, he answers. So the first question I asked him is, you know, oh gosh, I wish I would have made the video. I think I made an audio video. I should actually listen to it and let you guys know. But it was something like, not why are we here because it's so generic, but like, what is my purpose? And I know my purpose is to help people. I knew that since I was 13. Like, what is your purpose? What is your goal? It's to help people. I just knew that. But I'm like, how am I supposed to get back on my path? Because I felt like I was off of it. And he said the answer that I got was, you need to go back to the beginning. And I said, well, how do I go back to the beginning? And I was told, you have to unlearn everything that you've learned. And I said, how do I do that? And they said, by letting go of everything that you think is important. And I'm like, how do you do that? And then there was silence, right? So that was in Angkor Wat. That was the first question I asked, was in Angkor Wat. Then we went to a second temple. I think it was the Banyan temple, the one with the giant heads. And then I asked, okay, so I need to go back to the beginning. What else do I need to do? Or I asked some question like that, like what else do I need to do? Or is there any other information? Or how do I do something? I can't remember what the question was, but it was something like that. And Buddha got attitude because he was all like, I already told you what to do. I'm not answering your question until you do what I tell you to do. What I've already told you to do. So I'm not going to give you any further information until you do what I've told you to do. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then we went to the Angelina Jolie temple. And I didn't ask a question. I just sat there and I was like, okay, so I need to learn everything that I've done. I'm not going to get any more information. And of course, because I'm a giant child, I was like, but, you know, is there anything else I need to know? And that's when he just said, the truth. He was like, just live in the present moment. Right now, you went through this entire temple and you were thinking. And you missed all of the nature and all of the beauty and everything that was here. He's like, you need to stop thinking and you need to live in the present moment. Because you're missing everything that you're meant to learn, everything that you're meant to see. You're missing all of it because you're thinking too much. And that blew my mind. And I was like, okay. So then I went through the temple a second time without thinking, just like observing and looking and seeing people and looking at their reactions and enjoying nature, listening to the birds, pausing to have, reflection. And it was a very different experience. So I was able to appreciate the journey. And I think what you've been seeing with the last few videos, like if you look at my previous videos, these videos that I've made in the last month, I would have to say since April 16th or 17th through now, I've been a little bit chaotic, a little bit upset, a little bit angry. And these are things that normally I'm not. And my friends have all been saying that it's because I've absorbed the energy of people that were around me. And it's still there. Um, I think it was just me being human and being upset and believing that there was a loss when there wasn't a loss. Believing that there was love, a greater love when there wasn't. I think after listening to Oprah, I realized that there are no mistakes, right? And that I cared for this person deeply, but maybe I wasn't in love. Maybe I just cared for this person deeply and I longed for a friendship because I was told that the reason you care about people or the reason you get involved with someone in a relationship or a friendship is because they fulfill a need. And then that when you walk out is because they no longer serve that need. I personally don't live that way. I keep everyone in my life. I appreciate everyone in my life. Um, if somebody wrongs me, I stay away from them for a while, but if they come back with humility and learning and understanding why things went wrong, I always accept them back into my life. Um, and I'm going to put the link of what I just saw from Oprah and how it completely changed. I mean, you could even see the way that I'm talking and the way that I'm dressed. I'm just I'm just like, what was I thinking? I literally lost my mind for like a month. Um, because of all of the feelings and the emotions and the story that I made up in my mind of this loss. It's not a loss. It's never a loss. The universe knows exactly what it's doing. And I guess maybe you could say I lost my faith, but then I got it back because it's hard for you to shake me. And God always sends his angels, and Oprah is an angel. She's an angel. Um, and she touched millions of hearts, and that's why her reward is as big as it is. And God bless her. Um, I apologize to all of the people who have been watching my videos for any cursing that I may have done. I don't even know. So I apologize in advance for that. Um, and now that I feel like I've cleared everything out, because I did have to get it out. Like, I don't regret what I've said and I don't regret what I've done because it did come from obviously me. And I needed to get it out because if you don't, you get cancer. My aunt always told me, if you have something on your mind or something's hurting you, you need to say it. You need to talk about it. Because if you don't, it's going to turn into disease. And that's one of the reasons that I think I don't get headaches and stomach aches and, you know, like um, pains. It's very rare for me to get a pain. But if I do, there's usually a traumatic event that happened before that, which is usually trauma solidifying in the body, which is pain. The emotions that you haven't dealt with that you're repressing turns into pain. Recurring pain is a recurring repressive emotion. I know these things. I've always known these things. So I don't really hold on to anything. So I thank you all, if you've watched any of my past videos for the last month. Some of them are really informative though. You gotta find the stuff in between everything. I thank you all for being patient with me as I go through my growing pain. And we all will go through growing pains and we all will go through bouts of things. But that's why when I started the intimacy school, it was for that. It was because I always tell people, if you love somebody, if you truly love somebody, and everybody goes through ups and downs, right? So if you're with somebody for 10 years, and of those 2 years that person was going through something or you were going through something, one of you needs to be the rock for the other person, right? It's the same thing with friendship. One of you needs to hold tight and say, I'm holding on until everything steadies again. And then we can be happy again, right? So if you jump ship before the waves calm down and you can enjoy the rest of the journey, then you're going to miss out on the experience and whatever else that's coming your way and all the other places that you could have gone together and things that you could have done. Like if you look at a couple who's married for 30 years, those 30 years were not perfect. Lots of ups and downs, lots of times where they almost broke up. Not lots, but I mean there's at least one. For 30 years, at least one time. And there are a couple of people that, no, it's been great since the beginning. We were just made for each other, But I believe that that's how it is with friendship also. And I have to internalize, and I need to meditate, and I need to write, because I haven't been writing as much as I used to. But listening to Oprah, I love that woman. I hope that before either one of us passes, I get a chance to meet her. I hope she just brought clarity back to me, and it was kind of like, what is your purpose? And I've known my purpose was always to help people. I know I'm here for something bigger. I know that I'm going to do something huge in this lifetime. I don't know what it is. I know that I'm being drawn to it, and clearly it has to do with the spiritual realm, or maybe that's going to lead me to something. I know I have a gift. I know I'm a healer. I know everybody talks to me about everything. I know certain things, like I've said in my other videos. Like, I know when people are lying. I know the truth you know, when the truth isn't being told. Um, and not just like a person in front of me. I mean, like the news and history, and you know what I mean. Like I just know things, um, and I just have to stay focused on my path. I've been distracted, and I wasn't living in the present moment. I was living in my mind. And the whole point of this video is to remind everybody to live in the present moment. And if somebody that's in your thoughts, unless you just, you know, they pop in your head and you want to call them, that could be a divine intervention. But if you're constantly thinking about or obsessing about a situation that's not positive, it's best to live in the present moment because the solution will present itself always. Um, there's a peace and a clarity in the moment. And the universe will always reveal the truth. And the universe always has your back. The universe conspires to help you, not to harm you. If there's ever harm, it was free will. It was human. It wasn't the universe. The universe doesn't do that. Um, but yeah, so I just wanted to make this video because I think I got my zen back. Alright guys, have a good night. Bye.